You're watching ABC 7 News at 4, starting with First Alert Weather.
And good afternoon and welcome to ABC 7 News at 4. I hope you're having a great day. We are looking at, again, very big waves out on the waters and causing dangerous rip currents. Let's go to the Casey Key webcam and show you basically that surf is still up, and so are the advisories for the heavy surf and dangerous rip currents. Now, again, you can see that not as big as yesterday, but still there due to the west to southwesterly winds. The headlines read like this: dangerous rip currents continuing. The advisory stays in effect until 8 p.m. tonight. Mainly late night and morning coastal showers again. We're going to have that west to southwest wind, and then we'll get back to more of a normal pattern here along the west coast of Florida with late day storms by the weekend, and they'll be a little bit more widespread as they move their way in with the sea breeze. As far as the low pressure goes, it's tracking off to the northeast now and will continue to do so. As this moves off to the northeast, high pressure is going to build in at the surface, and we'll still see that west to southwesterly wind flow, which will bring us the coastal shower possibility on Thursday as well in the morning. And then Friday, it's a transition day. But right now, the radar picture not very active. There are a few cells that'll pop up in the Gulf and work their way on shore. We can see a couple just to the southwest of Longboat Key, but the heaviest activity by far inland, pushing off to the east. Currently, it feels like 99 degrees out there. You factor in the humidity and the temperature now at 88. So a transitional period coming up here, and we'll see a return to those afternoon and evening thunderstorms beginning this weekend. We'll have more on that coming up in just a few minutes. Jacqueline, Scott.
Okay, Bob, thank you. Now to our top story. Right now, firefighters are back at a home in Bradenton where a fire broke out again at the home, where video was taken of a man being pulled out of this home and rescued to get inside to save dogs.
ABC 7's Jackie Kelly is on the scene now and has more details about that fire. Jackie?
Scott, Jacqueline, you can see that fire crews are here now, and now the fire did go back. The house did go back on fire, and now I talked to police and firefighters, and they don't know what caused that fire. But yesterday, they do say that the fire was caused by a candle that was left on, and now the people inside the home did have a lot of animals inside the home, and now we've received new video of one of the owners running into the home trying to grab those animals. Michael Johnson, who lives here, tried to run into the home to save his dogs. The house had a total of 18 Chihuahuas living inside. You can see that firefighter and officers restrain Johnson when he tries to run inside and grab his dogs out. Now, owners say 6 dogs did pass away and 4 are still missing. Make sure to tune in tonight at 6 when we talk with the family and they give us our reaction of what happened yesterday. Back to you guys.
All right, Jackie, thank you. New at 4, 2 people are now behind bars after their three-week-old daughter suffered a skull fracture. Sarasota police detectives say Paige Lubaski and Edgar Estrada were charged after doctors found swelling and fluid in the baby's brain and then transferred her to All Children's Hospital in St. Petersburg. A child protection team at the hospital determined the baby's injuries were caused by blunt force trauma. Fortunately, the baby is expected to survive. A Sarasota man is accused of shooting and wounding a Fort Myers police officer. Fort Myers police say Officer Adam Jobbers Miller was shot at a gas station Saturday night. The officer was on duty at the time. He was rushed to a trauma center by a fellow officer where he underwent emergency surgery. He's now in critical but stable condition. The suspect, Weisner Demerit, faces multiple charges, including attempted murder. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office investigating an overnight shooting that left 2 people injured. This happened on 27th Avenue Drive East in Bradenton around 2:30 this morning. Deputies say a 19-year-old man was sitting in the front passenger seat of a car waiting for a ride to a store. Deputies say someone started firing shots from the road as a woman walked out of the home and towards that car. The 19-year-old was shot on the back. The woman was grazed. Their injuries are described as non-life-threatening. All right, Jacqueline joins us now for a manhunt for killer on a prominent doctor in Houston. Jacqueline.
Scott, right now that manhunt is intensifying. The doctor, whose patients included President George H.W. Bush, was gunned down while riding his bike to work. These grainy images show Dr. Mark Hausnet in green riding his bike when the suspect rode right past him and then fired 2 shots. The doctor immediately fell to the ground. The suspect took off moments later. Police have released these sketches of the gunman. New at 4, new information on the Trader Joe's shooting in California that left one woman dead on Saturday. Police are now saying Melda Corrado was killed by an officer's bullet. Los Angeles police say Corrado was leaving the store when the suspect, Jean Atkins, was walking in and she was caught in the crossfire. Before the shootout, police say Atkins shot his grandmother and kidnapped a 17-year-old female friend. He then led officers on a chase before crashing his car into the Trader Joe's. Now over to Washington, where an unprecedented threat is underway as President Trump considers revoking the security clearances of multiple former national security officials. On that list, former CIA Director John Brennan, former FBI Director James Comey, and 4 former top national security and intelligence officials from the Obama and Bush administrations. 2 people on that list, former FBI Director James Comey and his deputy Andrew McCabe, lost their clearance after they were fired.
They've politicized and in some cases actually monetized their public service and their security clearances, and making baseless accusations of improper contact with Russia or being influenced by Russia against the president is extremely inappropriate.
Press Secretary Sarah Sanders would not say when the president would make the decision. She said only that the White House would provide updates when it had them. Now, if you want to see President Trump, he'll be in Tampa next week as he supports Republican candidates here in Florida. He'll be at the Florida State Fairgrounds Expo Hall on Tuesday, July 31st at 7 p.m. If you'd like to register for tickets to that rally, we have a link for you on our website, mysuncoast.com. Let's send it back to Scott for the latest on the Miami flight school involved in a deadly crash last week. Scott?
We have new details now in that South Florida flight school connected to the deadly mid-air collision over the Everglades. Dean International Flight School has now been shut down after 4 people died in the crash. School officials maintain last Tuesday's crash was not the company's fault and that both planes that collided were working properly at the time of the crash.
There was no maintenance issue. Everything was okay with these planes. They didn't see each other. It just happened.
Flight school's owner says the decision was voluntary and the FAA did not order the school to shut down. But now 200 students will be impacted by that closure, and around 90% of them are from other countries and could run into issues because the school is listed on their visas and it is now closing. Sarasota County School District's first ever police chief officially sworn in this afternoon. Paul Grohowski last worked for a community college in Southern California. He's a veteran law enforcement officer with 22 years experience. The first day of school in Sarasota Manatee counties fast approaching. It's coming up on Monday, August 13th. There's more to come on ABC 7 News at 4. A police officer in Tallahassee goes above and beyond over the weekend to help a homeless man land a job. Plus, there might be an unexpected ingredient in your glass of California red wine.
Dangerous rip currents here at Lido Beach, rescues at other nearby beaches, and if you're planning to still brave this water, hear how you can stay safe coming up.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
So, how many of us feel completely confident about our financial future? Let's hear some specifics. Yes, go ahead.
I don't want to be a burden to my kids. When my husband died, it took almost all of our savings to give him a proper funeral. I honestly don't know if there's enough to bury me, let alone cover expenses should something happen.
Okay. Let's talk solutions. One thing you may want to get in place is a guaranteed whole life insurance policy from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, which is a Mutual of Omaha company. This is affordable coverage, which provides a cash payment which can cover funeral expenses, bills, and other financial needs. Most payments are on their way within 24 hours. Yes, sir.
I need medical exams, things like that.
No medical exams. If you're between the ages of 45 and 85, you can call this number or you can go online and apply for coverage up to $25,000. United of Omaha Guaranteed Whole Life Insurance. Call or go online now.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
New details today about the 3 people who nearly drowned on Lido Beach yesterday. Sarasota police say 10-year-old Imran Alik was swimming back to shore when he got caught in a rip current and went under the water. His father, Elijah Alik, tried to rescue him but also went under. The mother, Amina, tried to rescue them both and inhaled a large amount of water. When lifeguards got to them, the father and son were both unconscious and not breathing. They used CPR to revive them, and at last check, both the father and son were in critical condition. In total, there have been 14 rescues in Sarasota County in just the last 3 days on unguarded beaches. Lifeguards are telling us the waters are dangerous, and even the best swimmers need to be cautious if they decide to brave the waves. ABC 7's Taylor Torgano is live at Lido Beach now, where there's another red flag warning today. And Taylor, tell us more about the conditions out there.
Good evening, Scott. One look at my hair and you can see just how windy it is here. And another indication, that red flag just above the lifeguard tower behind me warns beachgoers that the rip currents are very dangerous right now. Take a look at this video of a rescue that happened just hours ago on Turtle Beach. Donna Sanho was relaxing with her friend and captured this woman's rescue all on camera. This story ended well, but it's the latest example of why lifeguards say it is so important for you to be extremely cautious if you decide to swim in these windy conditions. Of the 38 miles of coastline, only 2.5 miles are guarded. Lifeguards tell me if you must go in the water, it's best to do so where one of them is in sight. And it doesn't take much, it can happen very quickly. So do you know what to do if you get caught in a rip current? I'll have all you need to know coming up at 6 p.m. For now, I'm live at Lido Beach. Taylor Torgano, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Taylor, thank you so much. Now let's get over to Jacqueline in the newsroom for a look at some stories that are trending today. Jacqueline?
Scott, a police officer in the Panhandle is getting national attention for lending a helping hand and a razor to a homeless man. Tallahassee police officer Tony Carlson shaved a man's beard who wanted to clean up his appearance for an upcoming job interview. Some people walking by noticed the act of kindness, one person even taking a video of it, which quickly went viral, of course. The Tallahassee Police Department also posted about it on its Facebook page. The newly shaved man, whose name is Phil, is hoping to get hired at a local McDonald's. We'll take a look at this. Large shark teeth showing up in Maryland Creek. Nearly 5 inches of rain fell in Maryland and parts of the D.C. area over the weekend. After all that rain, the Maryland Department of Natural Resources announced on Facebook that shark teeth were found in a creek in Huntingtown. Here on the Suncoast, we of course have the privilege of being able to look for shark's teeth year-round, with Venice being the shark tooth capital of the world. Well, for most, going to the DMV can be a painful experience, and in Cleveland, that experience even more unpleasant thanks to a prank by the staff at that DMV. Well, since you aren't supposed to smile while taking your license picture, the staff put up a picture of LeBron James in a LA Lakers jersey to make sure that that wouldn't happen. Of course, the photo, a brutal reminder that the NBA star abandoned his hometown team for a 4-year, $150 million deal out west. Sounds like it would hurt for those Cleveland Cavaliers fan. Let's send it back to Scott in the newsroom with a recall you need to know about to check your pantries for. Scott?
That's right, Jacqueline. A popular snack for kids is being recalled. Pepperidge Farm voluntarily recalling some of its goldfish crackers because there's a chance the products could be tainted with salmonella. The 4 kinds of goldfish included in all this: Flavor Blasted Extra Cheddar, Flavor Blasted Sour Cream and Onion, Goldfish Baked with Whole Grain Extra Cheddar, and Goldfish Mix Extra Cheddar and Pretzel. No illnesses have been reported. Well, this gives a whole new meaning to blended flavor. Some California wines have been affected by a 2011 nuclear disaster in Japan. That's when the Fukushima nuclear plant released a radioactive isotope into the air. A radioactive cloud later made it across the Pacific to California. And French scientists now say some wines made after 2011 contain twice as much cesium than those that were made before it. But the good news is the levels are still far too low for any concern. Well, dogs are proving they really are man's best friend. A new study suggests dogs can tell when their owner is in need, and they move quickly to help them. The researchers found the animals get to their owners faster when they make crying sounds rather than when they just hum a tune, maybe. The study found that could shed light on what influences dogs to rush to help their human companions. They are our best friends. All right, now over to Bob for another look at our First Alert forecast.
And obviously, we know the other end of that as well. When they cry or whine, they need something, and they usually come up and tell you that. Here's what's going on. As far as the Lakewood Ranch webcam goes, it's been a little sunnier day than anticipated. Not much rainfall around today. A little drier air has slipped in, and the models didn't catch that. And Lakewood Ranch webcam showing just a pretty nice day, albeit on the warm side. Temperatures topping out today near 90, but the heat index is what's been so high because of that southwest to west wind. Each and every day, it brings that low-level moisture right on into west central Florida, and that keeps the dew point temperature up, which makes the heat index way up there as well. You can see the winds basically out of the southwest pushing these storms to the east, mainly inland storms this afternoon, although there are a few popping up in the Gulf of Mexico, not many at all. There's that dry air around, so I would not anticipate anything too significant to move on shore throughout the next several hours. Things are fairly quiet. We did have some showers offshore. There's one little cell right there that's moving into the south end of Longboat Key and a couple developing just southwest of Turtle Beach. You can see from the radar picture, though, pretty active near Orlando. Also, this cell was severe at one point, and some big storms in Miami. With this kind of pattern, the East Coast gets hit the hardest in the afternoon and evening. And we're going to see this westerly wind continuing. As I mentioned, not much rain at all today. These numbers from yesterday, but we do have flood warnings still in effect. For the Manatee River at the Myakka Head, there's still some flooding going on there, but not a big concern. As far as the futurecast goes, you can see the bigger storms tonight expected to be inland, pushing off toward the East Coast. Not much for us through this evening, so if you have an evening plan outdoors, should not be a problem. But look at this, again, after midnight, a few showers. There'll be scattered, isolated cells possible. Now, last night, this model was depicting the same thing, and really nothing ever happened. There were some showers approaching around midnight, and those fell apart. But I would still suspect to see a little bit better chance tonight. The atmosphere is a little more moist tonight, I think, as far as the surface goes, and there's more energy in the atmosphere as opposed to yesterday. So we'll see the potential for some overnight and early morning showers pushing on toward the coast. Well, the water vapor imagery tells the story. You can see this upper level low spinning right here. That is driving that drier air in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and that's entraining into the west central coast of Florida. So that's limiting our showers and thunderstorms this afternoon here. As far as temperatures go right now, it's 88 in Sarasota, 87 now in Orlando. A bit cooler where it's raining. This is the opposite. We normally get cooled in the afternoon and evening, but Miami's seeing it now, 76 degrees. Key West at 90. Temperatures around town, 90 in Myakka City, 90 in Arcadia. They have had some rain into Highlands County, obviously, 79. And Avon Park, the Gulf water temperature at 88 degrees, and Sarasota now at 89. Currently, we have 88 with that heat index up there, near 100. The pressure is exactly at the standard pressure. It's called 29.92 inches. Winds out of the west-southwest. Well, it's kind of interesting to note we have a ridge of high pressure out west, and to the east we have this trough of low pressure that digs all the way down into Florida. Now, that's a typical winter or fall situation, not a summer situation where typically the jet stream flows from west to east across the area. That's the reason why it's a little cooler in places like Washington, Cleveland, Chicago, as well as even into Atlanta. It's 84 degrees there, 111 in Phoenix, 96 in Dallas. For boaters tomorrow, Look for a few morning showers. You'll have to dodge a few of those storms that'll be around. Seas will be 2 to 3 feet with a moderate chop. Now, the extended forecast, we are going to go through a day of transition on Friday where we will see showers and storms breaking out any time. The rain chance at 40%. Until then, morning showers, overnight showers are possible Wednesday and Thursday. By the weekend, they'll start to come back toward the coast. And so those will be in the afternoon and evening as those winds shift. Now, you want to go to our website, mysuncoast.com, for all the latest information on the weather. Again, that is mysuncoast.com, and you will see the weather forecast there. And also, I think more importantly, a little summary written up by the meteorologist on duty at the time. And so that gives you a little more breakdown if you missed the weather forecast, but you can always watch that as well. But if you don't have time, a quick read, not bad.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, look at this scene here in Colorado, southern Colorado. Major problems there from flash flooding. This is in the Woodland Park area. People in low-lying areas were told to stay on higher ground. As you can see, a creek, what used to be just a normal little creek, turned into a raging river.
And the rainy weather also knocked out power to hundreds of people. The rough conditions also caused delays at the Denver International Airport.
Wow, that's a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Well, now to the wildfires in California, or not in California, but also through Greece. It's really a problem there right now, forcing tourists to run for their lives. Winds more than 50 miles an hour fan the flames as they rip through a resort town 34 miles east of Athens. Authorities say more than 6 dozen people have died and more than 100 are hurt. The fire trapped families as they tried to flee. Streets are littered with the charred remains of burned cars. Not something you think about for Greece, Bob.
Yeah, you don't, and they've had an extremely hot summer thus far, and you know, those fires come up so quickly. It's dangerous, obviously a very dangerous situation. A state of emergency has been declared in the area as firefighters battle 2 wildfires. You can see people at the shores racing toward the water, waiting to be rescued. And now new concerns. A boat carrying 10 tourists who have fled the fires have been reported missing, unfortunately.
Oh, just awful situation there. All right, Bob, thank you so much. There's more to come in your news at 4. Scientists now saying that they know what happened to the Milky Way's long-lost sibling. Why they're saying it was left torn apart and in shreds.
I'm Joey Panic of Suncoast View. Coming up Wednesday morning at 9 a.m., we learn about the Sarasota Baywatch program and their efforts to clean up our Suncoast waters and how we can help. Plus, our kids are heading back to school, and we have a medical professional explaining the importance of their annual school physicals. All that's coming up Wednesday at 9 a.m.
Hello, Mom.
Amanda's mom's appointment just got rescheduled for today. Amanda needs Right at Home. Our customized care plan provides as much or as little help as her mom requires, whether it's a ride to the doctor or help around the house.
Oh, of course. Tom, I am really sorry. I've got to go.
Look, call Right at Home. Get the right care right at home.
The day you lose your strength is the day you lose your independence. Muscle is lost with age, affecting your energy, balance, and mobility. Before you know it, you're depending on others just to get through the day. But you can reverse and prevent muscle loss. Introducing MyoHealth, a revolutionary proven approach to increased muscle strength and function in as little as 30 days. Live life on your terms with more energy and confidence.
After a serious health issue put me down, MyoHealth's getting me back up again.
I'm doing activities that I haven't done for a long time. It really works.
MyoHealth is a safe, natural dietary supplement, the result of decades of research and 24 human clinical studies. You can live stronger at any age with greater strength, mobility, balance, and energy. Call or go online now and take the MyoHealth 30-Day Strength Challenge.
WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
To be able to just get my son here and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
Each day, researchers make discoveries that bring us closer to the moment when all cancer patients can become survivors. Their progress is made possible with the help of clinical trials. Clinical trials are the brightest torch researchers have to light their way towards better treatments. And if you've been diagnosed with cancer, they may be your brightest ray of hope. Speak with your doctor and visit standuptocancer.org/clinical trials to learn more. Together, we can stand up for all of us.
Scientists are releasing new information about our sister galaxy. It's called M32P. Researchers recently found that it was violently shredded and cannibalized by our largest galactic neighbor, Andromeda. They found the surviving center of the galaxy last year and have since learned how competitive galaxies actually are by taking each other over. All right, we're just getting started now. Jacqueline's in the newsroom with a quick look at some of the stories we're working on for you tonight. Jacqueline?
Scott, the city commissioners meeting in Manatee County hosted a variety of topics today, but a panhandling ordinance is taking the spotlight. Coming up tonight at 5, what changes the city is making to that ordinance and how it aims to keep the community safer. Plus at 6, how Mote Marine Lab is getting in the spirit of Shark Week. Let's send it back to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at our final forecast. Bob?
Thanks, Jacqueline. It looks like it'll be a pretty good night tonight for a beach walk or whatever you may be doing this evening. It looks to be okay. Isolated shower not out of the question, but we shouldn't see anything too rough at least within a few miles of the coast. Inland areas still a better chance for some widely scattered showers and possible thunderstorm. But winds will be out of the southwest at 10 to 15 and the sunset right around 8:24. And it looks like we will see the potential, as I said, for a few isolated showers. Better chance comes after midnight tonight as a little piece of energy will again work its way in our direction. It shouldn't be all that significant, however. This low pressure area is expected to head out of here and move off to the northeast. And as it does so, high pressure will slowly build in. So this steady west to southwest wind will slowly ease up. Not so much tomorrow, but more so on Thursday and Friday. And then you won't see that west to southwest wind anymore over the weekend. It'll come back toward the coast, and the storms we're seeing along the east coast will be a reverse on Saturday and Sunday. We'll have much more on all this coming up in just a few minutes. Scott, back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Thank you for joining us on ABC 7 News at 4. We hope to see you back here in 30 minutes.